All right. What is up, amigos? We're getting ready to go here. All right, just about ready to go here. There we go, got my music up. And yeah, so we're good to go. Okay, so welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome to the Frito Bandito Taqueria. My name is The Feral. We are getting ready to do another bike workout today. Woke up this morning, had to run up to work, take care of some server issues. So we're gonna do Cali. We're going to delete that. So, we're going to do, let's see here. We're gonna go in honor of my area that is legitimately burning right now. Some of you may be saying, well, how can you joke about that? Well, we all gotta find humor somehow. Yeah, let's go Hollywood Hills. So we got a good workout set up for today. This is TT speed, so this is a time trial speed. Yep, okay, then we gotta hit ride. So we're going to be, this is another workout today. So basically from now on, we're gonna be doing actual planned workouts. We're not really gonna be doing a bunch of the free rides anymore. That's mainly because I want to focus in on doing what I need to do, in order to make myself faster, and just hopping on the bike and riding is not going to do it. I need structured workouts, and that's what these provide. Also, I totally missed the fact that Mr. William Paul, he resubbed with a Twitch Prime. He's been subscribed now for a full year. I mean, well, granted, I took last year off of Twitch affiliate status. Yeah, if you are on Twitch or Rumble, consider subscribing. I would love to have you do that. That helps me fund my triathlon endeavors and helps get new games for the stream. So we got TT Speed coming on here. So let's get back to the bike and get going. So I also started a new edition for the workouts. I'm now taking a creatine serum. This is a serum mostly developed for distance athletes. Basically, this is creatine being used as a blood bufferin agent. In other words, it is to help reduce the amount of lactic acid in your system. Basically, it is like, for lack of a better term, it is like injecting a buffer into an acid. For those of you that forgot your chemistry, basically you can cancel out an acid, make it neutral by adding a buffer. So that's what the creatine is formulated for. Also allows a higher ATP increase. So yeah, that is what's going on here. So we got a good workout set up for today. So it looks like we got four rounds of, probably guessing that's about 180, 190. I don't know exactly how long, what those, not positive what those are supposed to be, or the length of those intervals. But we are always here in the Taqueria. We are working on the Body Improvement Club. So yeah, there we go. But it's like, man, I tuned in to the Friday broadcast for Team Zoot. So for those of you that are new to the stream, I am a affiliate member with Zoot clothing. So they mostly focus on apparel. You can kind of tell I like me the Zoot. I love them for a couple reasons. Number one, guys, all the guys that work there are super cool. I've met a bunch of them before. Super great guys. Very small company. Operates out of Carlsbad, California. They're all avid athletes. Their founder and current owner, not the founder, but the current owner, he races big time as well. Zoot's pro tier athletes are some of the best. So yeah, it's number one. It's good quality, very, very top tier quality product, and the ethos of the company is, hey, why don't we make really, really good athletic apparel for anyone that wants to work out and or race. So they don't only cater to the high end. They cater to basically any level of athlete, and quite frankly, any sport. Swim, bike, or run, they got you covered. But one of the main reasons why I really, really, really like them, they don't do any of the DEI bullcrap. I mentioned this a couple times on the stream before, but they had a big press release probably about 2 years ago. Either last year or the year before. I can't remember off the top of my head. But they actually sponsor an Afghanistan woman who does triathlons over in the Middle East. So it's like, okay, that's putting your money where your mouth is. I mean, if you also check around, they also sponsored the first black female pro triathlete. Unfortunately, she went to her first pro event and sucked. So, whatever. But they weren't like, oh, hey, look at us, look at us. It's like, hey, she wants to ride with Zoot. Cool. But yeah, they're super good guys. All right, so that's it. So we're going to have 30 seconds of over-unders as in order to finish off the warm-up. By the way, this is a Nerd is a new product, as a new company I found. They actually make running belts. So essentially water bottle holding fanny packs, lack of a better term. Okay, looks like we're going to be hitting 200 for those intervals. Going to be holding 200 for these over intervals. I just realized I didn't post on X. We'll take a quick break after the warm-up, and I'll get a post out on X super quick. So this small part is what we call over-unders. So it's a decent part of warm-up. But yeah, very excited to be on the team again this year. Still waiting on Noon. Still waiting on Noon to see if I made Team Noon 25. Yeah, Noon's also a pretty good company to work with. Make getting good hydration very accessible. Thing I love about their stuff is it mostly comes in tablet form, kind of like an Alka-Seltzer tablet, and super easy to chuck in an airline bag. But I will say one thing though. Let's start the discussion on here. Oh my gosh, one thing do I absolutely hope Trump does: abolish the TSA. It's time for the TSA to go. They're no good. That experiment has beyond failed, and we need to stop. We need to stop this garbage. The TSA, the complete fleecing with the preferred, which, don't get me wrong, I love me the preferred line, but that's because I have to play in their system. The pre-check, that's it, that's what it's called, pre-check. TSA pre-check has saved my bacon on more than one occasion. But the one thing, and I think all of us can agree on this, whether or not you like the TSA rapist scans or whatever, the one thing that we should all be able to come together on is that if we get rid of TSA, the cost of airport food will go down significantly. If you're not required to go through a massive, gigantar screening process every time you walk into the airport, because it's been a long time gag that the airport food is ridiculously expensive, which it is, absolutely. But the question is why? Monopoly. You have to stay in the gosh darn terminal the entire time. Or you have to get back in line and go through TSA again. So therefore, the food places can do whatever they want. It is truly capitalism at its finest, but at the same time, it's cronyism. Absolute cronyism. They can do whatever they want. All right. Okay, that's it for warm-up. We're gonna take a quick break here. Also had to tilt my fan up a little bit more. It's actually a little bit on the warm side today. All right, we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes here, nice and easy after our set of over-unders. And then we're going to have one build. And then we're going to have 4 sets at about 200 watts. So, had a fun time playing The Legend of the Black Hawk, or The Adventures of the Black Hawk. I did really want to play it in Spanish. You play it in the Spanish mode and translate. Not gonna work out. Sorry about that. As much as I would love to, it's just not gonna work because the text goes too fast, and it's not like where it'll display, you know, like your typical JRPG. You'll display a line of text, and then hit the button, and then the next line, and then the next group of text will come up. It just keeps coming. I can't keep up with it. I'm not good enough to where I can just keep up with it. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to play it in English. And then I might play it fully in Spanish some other time. Might be fun. But that'll be on my own time. Just for kicks and giggles. Because, I mean, I can read and understand the Spanish fast enough. I can't read, understand, translate, and dictate the translation fast enough. That's my problem. So yeah, unfortunately, we will be... we'll be rolling it in English mode. We'll pick that back up next week on Wednesday. So, just for your information, so remember, tonight we are doing Rando Saturdays. We are playing, it was Vortex 4000. It's an old Atari game that's been revamped for the modern era. And then we're also playing Candlelight. So crap! I didn't download the games yet. We'll download the games after I'm done with the workout. But basically, tomorrow night I am not streaming because I am going on a date with the missus, my lovely, ever fantastic eternal companion, Mrs. The Pharaoh. Who's graciously allowed me to get a workout in today because she's not home. She's her calling is what's called activity days leader. So essentially it's girls about ages 8 to 12, I think, or 8 till 11 or 10, about 8 to 10, possibly 11. But they do activities like once a month. They get together, do an activity, fun stuff. So the burritos with my wife. My oldest is actually on a camping retreat. So yeah, I'm not going to see her until tomorrow afternoon. So we're down a kid tonight, which is making the house a little bit quieter. So hopefully my wife will get some more sleep. But yeah, because of this, I am actually alone right now. So it means I can get a workout in. So yeah, so next week, Monday, Warframe. Tuesday, Wednesday, Metaphor. Thursday, no stream. Friday will be, let me confirm this, hold on. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Friday is going to be, the Adventures of the Black Hawk, and then Saturday is our standard Rando Saturday. So, talked about this a little bit, but I've decided to actually roll 2 games every Saturday. One is going to be a arcade game, like an arcade game, because on Amazon I have a crap load of Atari and SNK games, and on other platforms I got a bunch of other random arcade game ports as well. So I decided, you know what, most of those I can't really stretch out for a full hour just because they're kind of boring. Not in terms of like boring, but like I'm not good enough to actually beat them, and some of them are just like absolutely true arcade games. So I decided, rather than have those be a single game, we'll play those for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll swap over to a more standard game. So tonight's, like I said, is going to be the Vortex reboot. And then second game is called Candlelight: The Complete Journey. So it's a little indie game. I guess you're a candle, and you only have so much burn time. And when you light your candle, you know, that affects things around, affects your environment different ways. So yeah, we're going to be playing that today. All right, so it looks like we're about 200 watts here. Moving up to 213. Actually, no, we're about 190. I think we're about 195 right now. So this is a bit long of a intensity climb, but we're moving on here. Getting up this hill, big and hill. So we'll do the 4 intervals in the arrow position because we need to work the muscles in the time trial position, otherwise known as the arrow position. Need to spend time getting my legs used to that, because that's where I'm racing. March 1st, March 8th. Those are my first 2 races, back to back. This is it's gonna be interesting. So I need to get out and I need to get running again, because I'm really pushing to get better on the bike, but I can't let my run suffer, as if my run suffers, then things will get a little nasty. So I think on Saturdays I need to do on weekdays I need to let my daughter tote around on her scooter. She got a motorized scooter for Christmas, so she needs to tote around on her scooter while I go out and run. But she can keep up with me on the scooter, no problem. But I need to get some running in. Definitely been losing my running legs. Well, not exactly. I mean, I don't really know. I actually PR'd my half marathon time end of December. 2 hours and 7 minutes. That's a definite PR by about 7 minutes. So, big jump, even though I haven't really been working out that much. So, need to focus in on getting a little bit more speed on my intervals. But most definitely the bike is where I can truly push things harder and really focus on bringing my overall speed and fitness up on the bike. Because the more fit I am on the bike, the more capacity I will have to dropped. That was a power drop, right? Connection drop right there. I'll be able to go harder on the run. Yeah, holding steady at about 210, 215, about 210-ish. Continuously getting up this hill here. All right, just about done with this interval. Got about 25 seconds left. And then we got 4 rounds. So this is finishing off the first set. Ten. So it's not too hard. I mean, I can feel it. Heart rate's at 150, which is fine, which I'm okay with at this interval. All right. Nice 90-watt drop there. So yeah, looks like, as far as I understand, some of the worst, well, don't really know, but in terms of my area, seems like we're in the clear, minus if something else massive pops up in terms of the fires. So I live east of where the major Altadena fire took place. But tell you what, man, there's a lot of rumors going around. A lot of rumors of gangs of arsonists. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, to be brutally honest. It wouldn't surprise me. The gang activity here in SoCal is actually really, really, really bad. Because they had, you know, they finally passed a ballot measure, because of course our leaders won't crack down on crime, so the citizens have to enact a ballot measure that was hugely supported by 7-Eleven. You know, when 7-Eleven is behind a crime reform bill, you know you're having a bad time. So all right, so we're getting our first thing here. Hold on, let me get myself all set up here. All right, so that's it for the break. Into our first of 4. So 5 minutes at 200 watts. So I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, because okay, let me kind of outline the way I look at conspiracy theories, air quotes. There's 2 ways to look at conspiracy theories. Number 1, motive and possibility of it being true. Okay? Number 2, how many people would have to cover the thing up before, you know, for the conspiracy theory to be up, in order for the truth behind the conspiracy theory to be upheld. Okay? So, easiest one to kind of talk about was all the time when conservatives were saying, oh, cancel culture. We're all getting canceled on these platforms, getting shadow banned. We all knew it, but they kept denying it. So what does that mean? So what would it take to actually ban the shadow ban and completely cancel culture conservatives? Amazon, Google, Meta, well, Alphabet. Amazon, Alphabet, Google, Google, Alphabet, Meta, 4 people. 4 people plus the government. Very easy to do that. And we had a big old admission by Zuckerberg today saying that the Biden administration actively called them furious that they were allowing actual truth facts to be on their platforms, demanding that they would be shut down. I don't know, that seems pretty unconstitutional and illegal. I don't know. Sounds pretty illegal. Probably some people should be prosecuted for this, you know. We got emails. Pretty open and shut case. Pretty easy. So let's talk about a bunch of stuff surrounding these fires. So number one, we got to talk about the most ridiculous one, which is the lasers. The lasers. Okay? Once again, the whole Maui lasers thing is coming back up. Now, is that possible? I mean, yeah, if you want to go full sci-fi on it. You know, I wouldn't a bajillion % deny it. But at the same time, that one's pretty hard to, with no other actual capabilities and visions, you know, seeing this thing in action. I'm very much so leaning on the, okay, more than likely not true, but I wouldn't be too shocked if that was the case. Now, next, gangs of arsonists coordinated and setting off these fires in different areas. Now, that I could believe. I could believe that. Why? Because motive. Why would they do that? Looting. Very easy. Looting houses. Looting businesses. Using chaos and confusion from the fires to go out and loot properties. Absolutely. 100%. That's motive right there. And since they're now going to start to get prosecuted more, they needed something in order to be able to make it happen. Now, is that plausible? Yes, very much so plausible. However, the initial one, the first one, I don't know if they'd go that far. However, these ones afterward, 100%. I'd say that's more than likely possible and plausible. The copycat fires, so to speak. All right, 4 minutes off. Excuse me. So, absolutely wouldn't surprise me if that was the case of a bunch of these new ones that are popping up. Hollywood Hills, San Fernando Valley. Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. Now, because I've always wondered with these big crime rings, I always have to wonder, do we have a Gotham City where there's people on the take? Are there people on the take? I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised. Absolutely wouldn't be surprised if there are high-ranking LA City officials that are on the take from these gangs, paid to look the other way, so to speak. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you either way. But it wouldn't, that's in the realm of, if that comes out in 5 years, would not be surprised at all. But I'm not saying it's happening because I have no evidence that it's happening. No evidence that it's happening. So you can't say that it is happening. However, if it just so happened, wouldn't be surprised. So then, down power lines. That's more of a probability of what happened, what caused one or two of the fires at least. Now, they've arrested a guy that had a makeshift flamethrower. Allegedly, they released him and then they arrested him because he's a parole violator. Shocker. And another cause that's more than likely are the homeless. Shocker. And you know, who was it that made this point? I think it was Adam Carolla who made this point. And he goes, hey, do you know what this fire is going to completely destroy the narrative of? The homeless. The majority of the people who are homeless are drug addicts and or completely mentally deranged. We need to start calling spades spades. We need to stop all of these programs here in California that have done nothing but increase the amount of homeless, that have made our state an absolute magnet for the homeless. Nice weather, beachfront property, bunch of money from local and state government. Sign me up. I got nothing going on in my life. I just want to do drugs all day. Why not? Why not? So, 100%, I wouldn't be very much so surprised at all if Palisades and Altadena were started by homeless and or just drug addicts. Wouldn't be surprised at all. So, yep. But 1,000%, the reason why it got so far out of control, you cannot blame anyone but the Democrat leaders. Because Los Angeles has had Democrat leadership for 20 plus years. Like our last Republican governor, here we go, was like 1998. Was like 98, 99 was our last Republican mayor of Los Angeles. And Pacific Palisades is a neighborhood of Los Angeles. So they're under Los Angeles. Altadena kind of has their own thing. But I wouldn't be surprised. Altadena is a predominantly liberal, progressive area. Wouldn't surprise me if they have had nothing but Democrats. But current LA fire chief, transgender. I think lesbian or transgender, can't remember which one. Total DEI pick, not competent, not able to do her job. And then Karen Bass slashed millions, 17 plus million out of the firefighters' budget. They were supposed to conduct their fire hydrant tests late last year. Couldn't do it. Not enough money. So they knew fire hydrants weren't tested. They knew. They all knew. The major reservoir that feeds Pacific Palisades, bone dry. Bone dry. It was down for maintenance. We haven't built a new reservoir since the 70s. So I ask you, who's in charge? Who is going to lose their job for this? Quite frankly, they should go to jail for this. This is absolute criminal negligence. Like, sincerely, there's one thing, like Rick DeSantis, where you have massive, God-tier events roll through your state. Can't prevent that. What you can do, though, is the response. And then the Carolinas, they were not prepared because they have never, ever, ever had an event like that before. Never had an event like that before. How do you prepare for something that's never happened in your state? Fires? Yeah, that happens in our state all the time, every year. How do they not have everything prepared for when they knew a massive wind event was coming? They knew a windstorm was coming. They did nothing. They prepared nothing. There is no plan. The plan is we're going to look at things and we're going to beg for money from the federal government. And that's all we're going to do. We're not going to change our policies. We're going to look at them. But don't you dare make us change them. Don't you dare fire incompetent people. Don't you dare demand people's resignation. Because by golly, they're lesbians. By golly, they're lesbians. That's all we got. They're not competent. They're not able to do their job. And you know what? Thousands and thousands of people are paying the price for their incompetence. They should resign immediately. No bonus packages, no nothing. Like, I would go so far as imposing jail sentences, but probably not going to happen. However, I honestly think there should be a trial. There should be a legitimate criminal trial on this. You knew. They all knew. They all knew. We weren't ready. They've always known. They've done nothing. So yeah, criminal negligence. 100%. And you might get a jerk or two that might say, hey, your house was fine. Could have been my house. Could have very easily been my house. If you shifted the fire down about 40 plus minutes down the 210, could have very easily been my house. Could have been my parents' house. All of my friends and family that I have in this area. All our houses could have been burned in smoke. Very easily. So yeah, it didn't affect me other than a bunch of leaves in my backyard. But 100%, I have every right to be just as angry as I live in LA County. Hey, Salty. Yes, I'm alive. Thoroughly annoyed, but I'm alive. Because I've seen a very interesting stat where if only 10% of Angelenos stop voting Democrat, our state turns purple. It's not blue anymore. It's not a shoo-in for the Democrats who suck. So, yeah. And I was just like, look, immediately change your party affiliation. I know. This is exactly the riveting content you come here for. Well, you can watch me be in pain while I talk about stats. So we're here at what the people in the United Arab Emirates believe Santa Monica is. So I don't know if I've told you this about this program, but this cycling program was created for the United Arab Emirates. I don't know who's the designer, but it's done in Unreal Engine 5. So I think a lot of this stuff here is just stock assets that are within Unreal 5. But yeah, man, they nailed California big time. So we're doing the Hollywood Hills route. So you go through Santa Monica Pier, go up this Hollywood Hills, you go to Toonland, because it's not Disneyland, it's Toonland, and you get the bear and the tiger from Masha and the Bear there. Because of course those are Unreal assets. Of course they're Unreal assets. So yeah, it's a good time. So we got 2 more rounds of 5 minutes at 200 watts. So this workout's called TT speed, time trial speed. So we're basically pushing into what's called zone 3. So this is my anaerobic zone. So we're creating lactic acid for every, I'm pushing myself into my lactic acid creation zone. So because of this, I get well-deserved 4-minute breaks in between the 5-minute reps. So here we go, round 3. So we got some interesting news today, and I'm only following this because I'm gonna laugh so hard when it fails. The new Assassin's Creed game has been pushed back another month. So, because of course, polishing. They gotta add more polish to the game. They've only been developing it for years. So you gotta crunch more time to make it polished. Of course, you're making it more polished. Of course you are. But what's really funny is that there's people that have been speculating it's because Monster Hunter Wilds is getting released. Monster Hunter Wilds is getting released right around the time Assassin's Creed's supposed to. So when did they bump it? Bumped it to the end of March. I think March 24th, if I'm right. You don't know what comes out right around March 24th? Xenoblade Chronicles X Remastered. Yeah. Not gonna do well. Not gonna do well. Not gonna do well against Xenoblade. So, yep. So, just a quick shameless self-plug for all y'all that are watching. I have re-affiliated here on Twitch. So if you got a Prime sub burning a hole in your pocket, consider subscribing to the Frito Bandito Taqueria. Because, yes, because that is a possibility now. And if you care more about me getting all of your subscription money, move over to Rumble. 100% of subscriber revenue goes to the streamer. Rumble does not take a cut of subscriptions on Rumble. They do for rants, but not for subscriptions. Excuse me. So, yeah. You want to help me afford my races this year? We greatly appreciate it. But, okay, 2 more minutes here. And then we got 1 more round here at TT Speed. So, going over the race schedule. So we got Los Alamitos Race the Base. That's the 1st of March down in Los Alamitos, California. So that's on a Air Force Reserves base. So the run and the bike are right on the tarmac, which is nice. Nice and flat. Have to deal with winds though. Not fun. And then a 200-meter pool swim at the end. 5K run, 12-mile bike, and then the pool swim at the end. Last year, I passed about 10 people in the pool. Mostly just pulling. Wasn't even close. But, and then second race is Bayshore, where I need to get some revenge on that course. Oh, welcome to your nightmare, everybody. Welcome to your nightmares. Toonlandia, everybody. This place sucks. It creeps me out. So, okay, we got 20 seconds here. Because I have to get some revenge on Bayshore. Basically, what happened was they changed the course on me. I wasn't prepared for it. So I completely missed the turnaround, and I went about 1.5 miles off course. So that means it was about a 2 to 3 mile mistake. Cost me a lot of places. So then I overbiked the crap out of it, trying to get back into shape, claw my way back up. And then obliterated my run. So I need to get some revenge on that course, which I'm pretty positive I will do this year. I was first out of the water, but then kind of went too hard on the swim. So my run to the transition area was pretty slow. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get in some more workouts during February. Try and get at least 1 to 2 workouts a week in the pool to prepare. So yeah. So then, so that's my first 2 races. That's my, so with Race the Base, I'm gonna try and get as close to my 21 minute goal for the 5K, and then focus. I'm gonna try and run 7-minute miles. So if I run 7-minute miles, that'll give me a low 21. That'll be my goal. So then after that, get on the bike, try and push a pretty hard pace. Basically, I want to deplete my legs by the time I get to the swim, because I can pull my way to victory. I can absolutely pull my way to victory. Just keep the legs afloat, and then just sprint. Basically sprint that 200 meters. So it's 4 lengths of a 50-meter pool. So absolutely, I raced the 200 for years back in high school. Didn't race it in college. I raced it about 2 to 3 times in college. But I had 8 guys on the team that were all faster than me. So my 200 freestyle was not needed. My 200 backstroke was about 2nd or 3rd fastest on the team, though. So my 200 back was more my main event. So 200 back was my best, 100 back, and then 500 freestyle. So 500/1000. Those were my 2 distance events that I really liked. Never was very good at the mile. I was never that good at the mile. I couldn't figure out how to pace it right. That was always my biggest issue. All right. Last 5 minutes here. Last 5 minutes. Coming up here in about 40 seconds. Yeah, my lower back is starting to feel it. It's just like right above. It's like right below the upper part of my pelvis. I'm starting to feel it back there. My glutes. The upper part of my gluteus maximus. So yeah, this is why I am spending way more time on the bike. Because, yes, if I don't spend a lot of time on the bike, my lower back just despises me. Oh, I have to laugh pretty hard at this. So my dog, he got fixed about a week or so ago. So, he lost his no-nos. So, he's been rocking the cone of shame since last Tuesday. So we're basically at a week and a half. Excuse me. So we've suffered through it, made it happen. What's funny though is apparently my daughter came home before my wife did. My wife was supposed to pick her up, but she just walked home. So she gets home, and then my wife gets home, and then my daughter goes, S'more was like doing something very weird. Okay, what was he doing? He was rubbing his no-no area on my leg, and then something popped out of his no-no area. I'm like, oh boy, Red Rocket. my wife, yeah, she had to explain doggy dry humping to my daughter. Always a fun thing. So she's like, well, the doggy is going through what's called puberty, and he's having an excessive desire to make baby doggies. That's what she said. I mean, it's like, what else do you tell an 11-year-old? Can't tell her the dog's horny, and he's humping your leg raw. Can't do that. So yeah, it was pretty funny today. Of course, my wife calls me to tell me this. All right. About halfway, coming up on halfway through here. The joys of owning dogs. A dog. Singular. What's funny was, I wasn't for dog ownership. It's actually a pretty funny story. It was kind of bad timing for us getting the dog. Basically, we just finished softball season. And then about a week later, my wife sends me a text from a friend of ours who's a breeder. And he goes, look at how cute these doggies are. I'm like, oh crap. I'm not getting out of this one. I was like, there's no way. We're getting a dog, and there ain't a dang thing I can do about it. Don't get me wrong, I like the dog. I just don't like the responsibilities that come with owning a dog. That's the only problem. I don't like poop patrol. I don't like the hair getting everywhere. I don't like dogs licking my face, licking other parts of my body. I don't really like it. Kind of grosses me out. I mean, I just want a dog that sits there so I can pet it. That's what my dog did. I liked my dog growing up. But my wife says, well, here's the deal. Dog's lifespan is about 15 years. We just got to get through the puppy phase. Got to get through it. You know, once he gets older, he'll be a lot more chill. He'll be fine. Hold up, we got connection issues. All right, we're okay. One more minute. So my wife said, quote, well, his lifespan's about 15 years. So, you know, when our kids are all in high school and their early 20s, you know, we'll have to put the dog down. And, you know, we just get to, you know, torture. You know, emotionally scar our children. Excuse me. So, okay, I'm down for that. Toughens them up, you know. All right, 20 more seconds. All right, 10 seconds. 2, 1, done. There you go. All right. Got about 9 minutes of warm down and relaxing. So yeah, my dog last night, or was it 2 nights ago, my kids were begging to play Mario Party with me. So I said, okay, sure, why not? So I figure, okay, my wife is trying to finish up some work. You know, I can just hang out here with the kids, play some Mario Party. You know, dog's got to walk around with us because we can't let him out in the backyard yet because he'll go bug nuts, and we don't want to risk him ripping stitches on his no-no parts. Mainly, I don't want to pay the vet bill. Let's be honest about this. But so I get my kids all set up with the game, and I'm like, you know what? It'd be pretty nice if my dog would just lay down right next to me on his stomach, so then I can just sit and pet him, give him some loving and some attention, just play the game, enjoy beating the crap out of my kids, digitally on the game, that is. And then, yeah. No! Of course not, my dog would just lay down on his belly. He rolls over on his back and demands belly scratches. And I'm just like, no! Just lay down on the belly, you idiot! Lay down on the belly, and I'll scratch your back, and your ears, and your neck, and give you good scratchies. No. It's like, here I'm trying to roll him over to get him to understand. That dog was adamant. Dog was not wanting to lay down properly. You know, just like every other freaking dog. And bottle toss. Excuse me. So, all right, just a reminder, folks, in about 2.5 to 3 hours, we'll be back out here for Rando Saturdays. Gonna be playing Vortex 4000 and Candlelight, The Complete Journey. So, if you like what you see here, hit that follow button, hit the like buttons. Consider subscribing. On Twitch, I am an affiliate again, so Prime subscriptions are an option. And on Rumble, we're looking at a goal of 5 subscribers total between the 2 platforms. So we got 1 subscriber on Twitch and 1 subscriber on Rumble. So if you would like to subscribe, there is a subscriber bonus, a subscriber goal of 5. If we get 5 subscribers, I will tell the squirrel story. And I'll probably buy Squirrel with a Gun. And we'll play Squirrel with a Gun on stream. Because Squirrel with a Gun. So yeah, while we're finishing up our 5 minutes of ramp down for cooling down, so I like to kind of check in every once in a while with regards to the what we're going to be doing on stream over the next couple of months. So right now, standard schedule: Monday, multiplayer Mondays, playing Warframe. Tuesday, Wednesday, Metaphor Refantasio. Yep. Sorry, string or something in my mouth. So Thursday, Friday, The Adventures of the Black Hawk, and Saturdays are Rando Saturdays. So basically, Monday, Tuesday is going to be Metaphor for quite some time. It's gonna take me a while to play through that game. Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday is gonna be more of a, well, let's play some shorter games so we actually get through them. Saturday is Rando Saturday, just because I put together all of my games that I own from GOG, Amazon, Steam, and Epic. And on those 4 platforms, I own over 1,300 games. That's a lot of games. Now, mind you, there's a fair amount of crossover, so I'd probably say about 1,100, well over 1,000, just to be safe. So, yeah, I feel pretty bad. Now, 90+% of these games are games I've gotten for free over the past 4, 5, 6 plus years. So, no, I haven't spent that much money on games. I just happen to have amassed a bunch of games over the years. So, on Saturdays, I roll games just to see what I get. Now, there's a probability maybe June or July I will designate as a random month, where every day will be random games. Every day will be random games. Maybe June. Well, I don't know. I'll have to see what my race schedule is, because there's a probability we might play a random game in the morning and a random game in the evening. That'll depend. So then if we play a random game in the morning and in the evening, there's a chance we could play somewhere in the realm of like 100 games that month. That put a decent chunk into it, just playing 100 games. Now, I have a couple rules for Rando Saturdays. Number 1, it has to be a game that I haven't played before. So there's certain games that'll come up that I have not played on stream, but I have actually played it before. So if I've played it before, it gets disqualified. And then, second is, it cannot be a straight-up abject horror game. Like, I've acquired horror games over the years. I can't do it. So the only chance is if I roll them in the morning slot. Nothing like waking up to a bunch of sheer abject horror. Am I right? Excuse me. So yeah. So I don't know. That's something I'm kicking around. So other games that we might play over the year. So Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't know if I'll play that on stream or not. I'm not positive. I'll have to see how things are going in March. So you got Xenoblade Chronicles X coming up. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, 100% I am streaming that game. Because that's a game that needs love. Because everything I've seen, it looks fantastic. Alright, we're going to have to cut the conversation there, my friends. Because we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay. There you go. All right, not too bad. So heart rate at the end of these, 145, 137, 139, 54, 38, and then, okay. All right, not too bad. That's pretty good. Oh, we're cruising to a eventual stop here. Here, hold up. Up. Nope. We got to find our Chad. Who's the Chad here? Let's see, 9.4 miles. Who's our Chad here? 4.6, 4.1. Jason Ross. David. I think it's David here. There you go. Yep, it's David. All right. Peace. This is stupid. All right. Those notifications mean that my workout has successfully uploaded. Plus 682 experience and 3,000 coin. All right, what are we close to? Okay, we got 6 more 10-kilometer rides or more. Wait, I still have the opportunity to finish this? I'm at 132. So I'm 33% done with this. Reach 80 kilometers per hour. Wow. How do you even do this? I don't even know how you do that. Oh, I was pretty close to that. I was like 24 point something. Oh, minimum speed of 25 kilometers per hour. I really wish they would change this to American. Yeah, climb 1,000 or more in one ride. That's pretty rough. We'll try that. If I get a heavy workout sometime, I'll try and find a 1,000 feet climb. And then everything else down here, this is all just completing routes, stuff like that. So you can go garage. Team Magnolia, my Woosh. So yeah, these are all premiums. So you have to actually get a premium pass in order to do that. All right, well that's gonna be it for me today. Oh, looks like my wife and kids are home. It's perfect timing. So anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope to see you all later on the evening stream about 3 hours, plus minus. I hope to see you then. So until later, good night, as I Norse, wherever you are. Join the Discord, link in the description below. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.